Ryan Garcia puts out a poll a few days ago asking what he should do as far as his next fight. Rolly Romero or Devin Haney? He put the poll out to let his fans decide. 59% of his fans said Haney. And Ryan Garcia, being true to his word, made it known that him and Devin Haney are now in negotiations for the fight. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Tough Glove Boxing. I am locked in, and let's get ready to talk about it! What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tough Glove Boxing. So, man, yeah, y'all heard Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, they in negotiations to fight each other. And that's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney deserves that big payday. Ryan Garcia is a bag, right? Despite what everybody's saying, it was him who played a large part in Tank Davis pay-per-view. Well, him and Tank Davis pay-per-view numbers. And the other thing is that this fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is going to show you exactly how much of that pay-per-view number was Tank Davis and how much of it was really Ryan Garcia, right? Because if y'all saying that Tank Davis is the bag and he got that bag, his biggest bag with Ryan Garcia, that means that Ryan Garcia was the bag as well. And arguably, they needed to come together to make that bag. So we're going to see Ryan Garcia has a massive fan base. He has a large female fan base, and they do pay money out of their pockets to see these fights. Excuse me. So shout out to Ryan Garcia for stepping up to the plate, because I thought he was capping when he hopped on Twitter and he started talking nonsense about what he would do to Devin Haney after the Regis Prograis performance, right? I thought he was just, talking, using Devin Haney to keep his name out there. But no, he actually put out a poll, like I said in the introduction, and 59% of his fans, he let his fans decide. They said they want to see him go up against Devin Haney. And true to the cause, he's going to negotiate with Devin Haney. Devin Haney confirms that it's facts. So let's get that fight popping, right? Because we wanted Devin Haney versus Tank, but allegedly Tank is not ready. Tank is not coming up to 135, and Ryan Garcia even confirmed that he wouldn't even fight Devin Haney. I mean, Tank is not coming up to 140, and Ryan Garcia confirmed, which is something we already knew, that he would never face Devin Haney without a bunch of stipulations, right? So either Devin Haney would have to come down, or if he came up to 140, he would have to put Devin Haney on a rehydration clause and blah, 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 right? So we all can, I think at this point, just not even look for that fight to happen right now. Let Tank deal with 135. We still got Shakur Stevenson down there, Marutala, Frank Martin, Michael Rivera. We got a lot of people, or Michelle Rivera. We got a lot of people down there, right? That for Tank Davis to fight. William Zepeda, right? So let's see how he moves down in his own division. But for right now, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, I think that is the biggest fight at 140 that's going to take place, because even though Teofimo Lopez is a big star at 140, Jermaine Ortiz is really not that big, right? He's not, especially out the 140-pound division. So I think this fight will be more entertaining than Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis, and more competitive, because we're going to get a fully 100% healthy Ryan Garcia, right? And we saw a fully healthy 100%, well, not 100% as far as technique, but in condition and health wise, he stopped an opponent who was a very tough opponent. A lot of people had doubts, right, that he would be able to perform against such a tough opponent coming off of the Tank Davis loss and with the injury and everything like that. But he looked durable, right? He looked durable. He did use some feet work, and it's funny because Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia have the history, as you can see on my screen. They fought a few times in the amateurs. I believe it was 3-3. The last, but this showed me a lot. But the fact is, both of these people that you see on my screen are not the same fighters that they are today. We know Devin Haney has added a lot to his tool belt. He has pretty much just become a master boxer, right? And Ryan Garcia is still a little awkward, but he still fights mainly almost the same way, really, when you think about it. But he has added a lot. He's bigger, he's stronger now, and he's still very, very fast. And I don't automatically say Devin Haney walks through Ryan Garcia. I don't think anybody walks through Ryan Garcia. I think the truth of the matter is this: Ryan Garcia really does have that knockout power. He really has strong knockout power, and he's very fast as well. And I feel like, and to his detriment sometimes, that a large part of his arsenal or goal is to set up that left hook, okay? And I feel like, he needs to add more because that's what everybody's expecting him to do. And we all know that if you only got one hand against Devin Haney, he probably gonna beat you worse than Tank did, right? But I feel like you'll be, Ryan Garcia is going to be a little more durable because he's going to be 100% healthy, So I would even give Ryan Garcia this fight, right? I would give Devin Haney, I would say he's fighting the better version of Ryan Garcia. He's fighting the better version of Ryan Garcia than Tank fought because when Ryan Garcia fought Tank, he was weight trained. And that's just simply what it is, And y'all can say whatever y'all want, but oh, he was too big in a natural, well, then Tank shouldn't have fought him. That's always been my stance on that, right? So, like I said, the other thing we got to mention is that the other thing this fight exposes is that so Bill Haney never really was serious about Devin Haney getting in that ring with Subriel Matias, right? We already know that Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Teofimo Lopez was capping. They sent this man a contract to fight in February right after he just finished the fight, right? So that means he would have to go do another training camp and then they would have what, a week or two to promote the fight, right? 3 weeks to promote the fight. So that was capped from the beginning. Not to mention Subriel Matias had an injury. And so I just feel like neither Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney, none of them want any part of Subriel Matias. Now here's the catcher though. Since Teofimo Lopez Sr., they went at the extra mile and actually sent the offer and had Matias turn it down due to his hand and saying that he wasn't ready. Okay? Being that that is the fact, when they knew all along that they were in negotiations with Jermaine Ortiz, that's number one. But being that is the fact, right? I'm expecting if they was really about that action like they said, you know, Teofimo said he can stop Subriel Matias in 4 rounds. Teofimo Sr. said he gets it done in 2 to 3 rounds because nobody can beat his son's style. So I would argue that after this fight with Jermaine Ortiz, Subriel Matias is going to get another contract so that they can fight for the Puerto Rican Day holiday that's coming up, right? Next year, early next year. That's what I'm expecting, right? Because they sent out all of this, they sent out all of these narratives that they sent Subriel Matias a contract and the fight is not happening only because Subriel Matias wasn't ready. Okay, so after you finish with this tune-up, and I agree, I think Teofimo Lopez should take sort of like a tune-up fight because he's been inactive last year. Now, you don't want to go in the ring with an active, sharp Subriel Matias and you've been inactive so long. So I can even not even hold him to the fire for him not fighting Subriel Matias right now, okay? But the next fight should be Subriel Matias. See, the thing, the way Devin Haney gets out of that is he never actually sent Subriel Matias an offer. They just started capping and saying Subriel Matias team priced themselves out, but they never sent him an offer. But since you, Teofimo Lopez Sr., sent an offer to Subriel Matias, that means that should be the very next fight because Subriel Matias will be available and healthy, more than likely. Right? If Subriel Matias is smart, if any other fight is coming up, he'll tell his promoters, no, I'll wait for Teofimo Lopez and take that fight. And it won't even be too much of a long layoff because he's been very active this year. Right? So I think that, this fight with Ryan Garcia, like I said with Teofimo Lopez, is a big bag fight, right? And, Ryan, it'll give him another common opponent with Tank Davis. The first one was Gamboa, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And that version of Gamboa in both fights wasn't the Gamboa of old, right? So Ryan Garcia is really their main common opponent that they will share together, right? But at the same time, I'm not expecting that to set up the Tank Davis fight because I don't think that fight is ever going to happen. I think Tank Davis has made it clear that he wants no parts of Devin Haney. Or if not Tank Davis, his team and whoever's moving him. And from what I understand, I think Tank Davis is trying to make his own decisions now. I don't know if rumors going around that he's not with Al. Or, I just don't know. I don't want to get too much into that until I get some more information on it. But the fact is, Devin Haney and Tank are never going to fight, and that's because of Tank Davis. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, to me, I still feel that's the biggest fight, the most important fight at 140. But we'll see how Teofimo Lopez moves, right? Because you got to ask yourself, Teofimo Lopez is not accepting money because he wants the big money, but I don't understand why he didn't fight Ryan Garcia, because I can't imagine him getting a bigger bag to fight Jermaine Ortiz than he would have got for fighting Ryan Garcia. So it seems a little weird. That seems a little weird, like the excuse that he pulled out because he wasn't happy with the terms. That seems a little weird to me. And then he goes and fights Jermaine Ortiz, but I'm hoping after that he fights Subriel Matias, which would be a big money fight, right? The Latinos would definitely want to see that fight at the very least, but everybody wants to see it really. And if not that, him versus Devin Haney. But I think he's made it clear, just like Tank has made it clear, that he wants no part of Devin Haney at all. You know, Teofimo Lopez Sr. was recently on an interview saying his son has proven that he wants to fight the best. Why? Because he fought Lomachenko. Lomachenko did have a loss before Teofimo Lopez. You know that, right? And then also why? Because he fought Josh Taylor. You know what I mean? That means he only wants the best. I mean, there's people that's better than him out there right now that he's not fighting. So, you know, it's just the words is not matching the action, if you ask me. The words is not matching the action. And then I got another question for you guys. In your opinion, who has the better resume at this point? Devin Haney, well, we're not going to include Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, or Tank Davis? Okay, that's a question that I would really like you guys to get in the comment section and answer. Because I think if Devin Haney doesn't have the best resume, he's quickly becoming one of the people that is going to have the best resume. And then I would even like to see, after the Ryan Garcia fight, Devin Haney revisit the Subriel Matias fight. If Teofimo Lopez is not fighting Subriel Matias next, then I'm all for it, and I think that Devin Haney should go for that Subriel Matias smoke. But the one thing we can determine, being that Devin Haney is now recently in negotiations with Ryan Garcia when he was supposed to be talking about it with Subriel Matias, right? They were supposed to be talking to Subriel Matias people now. We're in contact. We got the right people. But then you're fighting Ryan Garcia. And no, it's okay. That's a bad fight. I understand that's the bigger money fight. But after that, I want to see what the excuses is going to be why nobody's facing Subriel Matias. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel. I'm not going to make this a long video. I just wanted to hop on here right quick and address the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney situation. Talk about a little bit about what it exposes, right? Were those pay-per-view numbers really due to only Tank, or did Ryan Garcia have a large part to play in it? And what do you guys think that the numbers would be for Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? Do you think it'll exceed with Devin Haney's new, buzz going on right now? Or do you think it will exceed Tank Davis? Or do you think that, it's going to flop? Anyway, that's my content. Hit that like button for your boy. Share the video. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you to hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Tough Glove family. We're a small family, but we're a strong family. And you don't have to agree with everything I say. All you got to do is do what I do and love the sport of boxing. Tough Glove Boxing. We out.
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.